Yo, what's up, YouTube? It's Richawd back with another video. We got a double upload today. This just came to my mind. Uh, to set the record straight, bro, I feel like this is an important thing to talk about, right? So I tell y'all how, like, I got the security of my parents and all that. And I see every time I bring that up or mention it or, touch on that topic in any type of way, it's a lot of bitter people, that come into the comment section. Oh, well, when I came up, my parents, we had to be out the house at 18, bro. Here's the thing on that, bro. And I firmly stand on this, and I'm going to continue to stand on this, bro. Just because you come from, a poor structure doesn't mean you need to push that on everybody else. Just because you had to be out, on your own at 18 before you were ready. Because let's be real. How many people at 18 are ready to attack this world, especially in the economy we live in right now, bro? The majority of people, I promise you, the majority of people when you were 18, if you were out on your own, straggling and doing whatever you had to do, if someone was to come up to you and interview you and ask you, hey, if you had the option to live at your parents' house and save money or go to school, would you do it? They would say yes. If you put them on a lie detector test, they would say yes, bro. The majority of y'all, you was out on your own at 18 because you had to be. I have no shame, and none of you guys can shame me with this whole, oh, I had to be gone at 18 stuff. None of you guys are going to shame me or make me feel any worse about my situation, telling me those things. Because at the end of the day, bro, I have a caring family. I have caring parents, My parents know that, yeah, I can get out here and try to figure something out, but they know for certain I'm going to be struggling. They seen me struggle for 3 months when I was on my own for a little bit out in California, So I just think you're a poor parent if you're going to put your child in a position to fail. My parents know by kicking me out and making me go pay rent somewhere, they're putting me in a position to struggle and more than likely fail, and they're not going to do that. My dad, my mom, they're not going to do that. He worked too hard to see his son out here bumming around, and for the record, are they happy that I'm at the crib? Hell no. They're pushing me to do better down there every day. They're hinting at it or they're talking to me about it. They're pushing me to do better. Am I happy with this situation? Am I happy that I'm at my parents' house? No. But why am I at my parents' house? I'm at my parents' house because of poor decisions I've made, poor financial decisions, things like getting car notes instead of saving up and getting a whole car, not being patient, being hard-headed. My mom told me not to get this car, but I got it anyway because I was hard-headed. I wanted a car and I wanted a nice one. She told me to be smarter, to save up and get a better car, but I didn't want to do that. And at the end of the day, she can't really force me to do anything at this point. I'm a grown man technically, but she did tell me not to get this car. She told me not to get my other car that I got. I got 2 cars now, but it is what it is. These are poor financial decisions that I've made. And, right now I'm just at a point where I'm trying to stack up bread to where I can be in school and still take care of my responsibility, my car. You know what I'm saying? So like, that's just where I'm at right now, bro. But the main goal is still getting back off to school. Like I was thinking a little bit like, hey, maybe I should get into a trade and all that, but I don't have to do that. I don't have to speed up the process or, I can go off to school and just have that experience, bro, as long as I play my cards right and position myself at that time. So that's what I'm doing right now, trying to save some money. I don't have the job that I want. I'm still seeking, more hours, more pay so I can save up the amount of money I want, do what I need to do, put my car in a situation where it's taken care of. So when I go off to school, I'm not worried about it. When I go off to school, I'm not stressing about, oh, I need to work X, Y, and Z amount of hours to pay my note. Like, no, I want to have a certain amount put off. So it's like, all right, it'll be easier for it to get taken care of. Like, I don't got to put y'all in on all the details, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not just going to let the car, get repossessed. You know what I'm saying? Even though it was a bad decision, I made it and I'm going to handle business, bro. So that's just kind of where I'm at right now. Like, I've had the opportunities. I went off to school already and I kind of blew it. You know what I'm saying? But that doesn't mean it's over with now. Like a lot of people, bro, they push a lot of their trauma on you. Like I'm saying, bro, like a lot of people made poor decisions and didn't really bounce back from it or was forced into certain situations, or some people just didn't grow up as fortunate or with loving parents and caring parents. Like I said, bro, my parents loved me too much to see me out in the streets struggling, bro. Like I said, it hurt their heart to see me out struggling in California, bro, living bummy, bro. Like, they got too, you know what I'm saying? They just have too much pride for that. They don't want people like, damn, such and such son out here bad. You know what I'm saying? So they whole thing is stay at home until you get right, but they want me to get right. They're telling me like, yo, you need to get back in school. You need to do this. You need to do that. Like, you're not getting no younger. Like, bro, trust me. Trust and believe. My parents just ain't content with me at the crib, you know, just at the crib, not really excelling in life. They want to see me excelling in life. My dad wants to see me be a man, have my own crib, have a woman, have children. You know what I'm saying? He's not happy with where I'm at in my life. You know what I'm saying? He won't necessarily always straight up tell me that, but in a certain way, he'll let me know, like, yo, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got to do better. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't want y'all thinking like I'm comfortable in this situation. I'm not comfortable. I don't want y'all thinking that, oh, he don't want to go hard or whatever. Like, all these narratives y'all trying to push, like that person with the whole, oh, I had to get out when I was 18 and y'all don't want to work hard. Bro, I work hard, bro. Every job I'm at, I work hard. I'm at a job where you're not going to survive if you're not a hard worker. You know what I'm saying? And I've been here about damn near a month now. About a week from now, I would have been here a full month. You know what I'm saying? So like, don't come at me with that whole I don't want to work shit, bro. I work my ass off. You know what I'm saying? It's just like I said, I've just made poor decisions. You know what I'm saying? And made, I've worked harder, but not necessarily smart enough. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I was off in school and just made poor decisions, Like, that's really what it was. Like, when I first went off to school officially, I should have just followed through and knocked it out, but I didn't. So that's why I'm in the boat I'm in right now. No need to, go too deep into my lore. You know what I'm saying? But, I'm still optimistic about where things are going, and thank the Lord that I do have my parents to fall back on so I can regroup and recover, and I'm going to still be a successful person. You know what I'm saying? This is just a stumbling block. You know what I'm saying? This is just something that kind of, had me stagnant and set back a little bit, having all these, really not even a bunch. It's really just my car for real. You know what I'm saying? Just a responsibility that I, got to take care of. And like I said, when I was working, or like I'm going to say, when I was working my old job, like, it was nothing to pay this, you know what I'm saying? Even now, like, it's really not hard to pay it. It's just one of those responsibilities that you got to pay. You know what I'm saying? So like, that's just that, bro. Like, for all y'all who be throwing shade at me for still being at my folks' crib. Yeah, I know how it looks. You know what I'm saying? Being 23, still at my parents' crib. And I'm happy with it? No, but like, do I feel the worst in the world about it? No, I don't, because it's like, at the end of the day, at least I got somewhere to go, bro. Like, a lot of y'all ain't had nowhere to go, and I just be feeling the bitterness and the jealousy from y'all niggas, bro. Like, and to me, that's not necessary. Like, and that's what I notice about a lot of people, bro. Like, they push their traumas on people. Like, certain people come from bad families and be like, oh, you can't trust nobody, even it be your own people. Nah, it was your people, but that don't mean everybody people screwed up like your people. Like, don't get me wrong, it's a lot of messed up people out here, bro. It's a lot of people, lacking morals out here. That's a fact, bro. But that don't mean we got to make everybody paranoid and make everybody not trust anybody. You know what I'm saying? So that's just really what I wanted to touch on in that video. I just had to get that off my chest right quick. But trust and believe, bro. Like, all the things that I'm striving for, it's still in the visions, bro. It's just been, getting fired was a huge setback, bro, because like I said, I was on the trajectory to be off in school by the spring. And once that shit happened and the money started to slow down, all my plans kind of went to shit. I got behind on shit. You know what I'm saying? So right now I'm just regrouping and recovering from that. And like I said, it ain't nobody to blame for that. It ain't my parents. It ain't nobody but me to blame for getting fired and, you know what I'm saying, being put in this situation. There's nobody to blame. So like I said, I've just made poor decisions. So am I the happiest right now with everything that's going on? No, because I know I should be in a way better situation than I am in right now. But does that mean I'm defeated and everything is over and it's never going to get better? No, it's going to get better. I just got to make it get better. And when opportunities come, I'm going to maximize it. Just like I told y'all, my last job, I didn't maximize the opportunity. I wasn't professional enough. At this job, I've been handling business so far. I'm not going to say I've been perfect, but I've been handling business, bro, to the best of my ability. So that's just the whole thing, bro. But trust and believe, bro. I got big dreams, bro. My it's not in the visions to just be at my parents' crib chilling, stacking money. Like, I know certain people, they get comfortable at their parents' crib and, you know, they just save money to go on raves and to go out and party and all. Like, that's not in my visions, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, my whole thing is, bro, I want to put myself in a position to get a career job where I can make steady money and take care of myself and build a family, bro. Like, that's something that I want to do. And I know that I'm not going to be able to do that working the type of jobs that I work. I know the majority of these jobs is dead end and they for desperate people. You know, some people, this all they got. They got to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, they got responsibilities and shit. They don't got time to go back to school and all this shit. That's your situation. But my situation, bro, I got plenty of time. I don't got no kids. I don't got no baby mamas. You feel me? Like, word, like, I'm in a perfect position to just regroup, stack up a little bread, and go off to school like I'm going to do. You feel me? And go off to school like I'm going to do. Like, I've been telling y'all that's something I want to do. I'm still going to do it. Like I said, it kind of got delayed, you know, because of financial reasons. Like, I don't want to be at school stressed out about my whip. I don't want to lose my whip. Like, you know what I'm saying? Even though it was a bad decision, I can still pay it. You know what I'm saying? It's just one of those things that I have to pay. And I got people that can help me pay it, but it's like, I don't just want that whole burden on them. Like, I want to at least be able to help them. You know, I could just be like, hey, can y'all take care of this? And 9 times out of 10, they'll take care of it for me. But, you know, it's just the pride in me. Like, no, I want to at least be able to help out a little bit, bro, or help the majority and just need a little bit from them. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm doing. I'm positioning myself so when I'm in college, you know, I can be comfortable and I can thrive and I can have the things that I want to have. You know what I'm saying? And my goal is, you know, by the start of the next school year to be off at school, bro. Like, this next month, I'll be applying to different places. Like, I'm looking into, you know, going out of state. You know, I want to, you know, get away from home. You know what I'm saying? And kind of branch out. You feel me? Like, get that full college experience that I want. Like, it's been certain people like, oh, like, that whole college stuff is a scam. It's a waste. It's a this or that, man. Like I said, it's people pushing their traumas on you, bro. Like, a lot of people, they went to college or they may have gotten a degree and they ain't really do nothing with it. You feel me? So they pushing it on you like, nah, all that's a waste of time. But at the end of the day, I promise you got some good stories from college. I promise you probably had some fun at college. And I want to experience that shit, bro. I want to, you know, get to that network of people. It's some people like, oh, the networking is all overrated, blah, blah, blah. Bro, that's you. You know, maybe when you was in college, you wasn't networking because you was socially weird or socially awkward, but I'm not that type of person. Like, I'm the type of nigga, you put me around a bunch of people, I'm going to vibe with somebody. I'm going to find my group. I'm going to find my clique to vibe with. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I went off to school, I had a group of niggas that we hung around with. Was, you know, we was doing all type of shit. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I just want to get back to that, bro. Like, I know this whole grind, this whole struggle of everyday life, it ain't going nowhere, bro. You know, pretty much that's going to be the rest of my life, grinding and hustling to survive, bro. So while I'm in a position where my parents are still here, they can still take care of me. You know what I'm saying? I want to be able to maximize that. So when they get older, I can help take care of them. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't going to be able to help take care of them going on the path that I'm going on. I'm very aware of that. I know warehouse jobs ain't gonna cut it, bro. 9 times out of 10, unless you get promoted to some higher position. And even then, like, you probably got to get a certificate or some positions, some manager positions at a lot of these warehouses. You got to have a degree to become the manager. So, like, it's all type of shit, bro. So while I'm in a position where I can just go off to school, focus on, you know, getting my education, meeting people, experiencing things, like, that's really what it's all about. That's really where my focus should have been, you know, 4 or 5 years ago, 6 years ago, you know what I'm saying? But my focus has been on, you know, getting material things, getting a car, getting this, getting that. Shit that I'm seeing now don't really matter, bro. You feel me? In the grand scheme of things, like, you know? So, like, if I would have had this mentality a long time ago, I would have been graduated college by now. You know what I'm saying? But, like, it is what it is. This, like I said, I've been hard headed. You know, my parents told me, but at the end of the day, you got to make motherfuckers make their own decisions, you know, and they'll learn on their own. And I've learned on my own, bro. So, yeah, bro, that's the whole thing, bro. But, I know it's a lot of negativity and all that out in the world, bro, but just put your mind to whatever you want to do and strive towards that, bro. Like, I got a plan. I got something I want to do. I know it's a lot of people from the outside, you know, critiquing the situation, judging the situation. I know it doesn't look the best. I know I'm not in the best situation, bro. I'm very aware of that. But trust me, I'm striving to get things better, bro. It's just a process behind all of this. You know what I'm saying? And once the process is fulfilled, bro, I think the results are going to be, you know, telling, you know. I think the results are going to be real telling, bro. But yeah, bro, I just wanted to get a double upload out. That's just where my mind is, bro. For all you people who be hating or be throwing shade because, you know, I got a place to stay. I always got a place to stay. Hey, that's your problem, bro. You feel me? If your parents was the type of parents when you 18, you got to get out and get it out the mud. Like I said, bro, I don't see how they can say they really love you for real if they gonna purposely put you in a position of struggle just because you 18, especially in this economy, bro. Like, to me, a good parent, a good person, a good family member, a good whatever, you're not gonna want, you know what I'm saying, motherfuckers to struggle like you struggle. You know, it's like some people, you know what I'm saying? Like, you be having the people like, oh, wait till you get to this age or wait till you experience this, bro. That's just bitterness and you pushing your traumas on me. I'm not planning on going through that same shit y'all was going through, bro. You feel me? I'm not planning on being like y'all, bro. I'm planning on being better, bro. So it's like, you know, motherfuckers just be pushing their traumas on people, bro. But at the end of the day, bro, you just got to analyze your situation and do what makes you happy and do what's best for you. Like, even at work, I had this one coworker, this new lady, and I was telling her about how I want to be a teacher and this, that, and the third. And she was just basically shitting on it. She was like, oh, teachers don't pay nothing. You need to get into AI. College is a waste of money. It's a scam. It's a this, it's a that. But at the end of the day, that's what I want to do, bro. That's what I'm going to be passionate about. I'm not going to be passionate about computer AI programming. Like, nigga, I'm not even into computers like that, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? But she like kept like pushing that shit. That's what I'm saying. Like, you got to watch who you take advice from and who you listen from, bro. Because like I said, a lot of people just be projecting certain things from a certain view. No, college may have been a waste for you, or you may have not went to college, but for a lot of people, college is a great thing. For a lot of people, college is a life-changing thing. For a lot of people, college is where they meet lifelong friends and make lifelong connections and go into business with people and all type of things. Some people, they go to college and they F off. They just party and waste time. You know, like when I first went off to college, I screwed off and wasted time. Wasn't focused. You know, some people, they waste that opportunity. Some people, they get the best out of that opportunity. So like I said, don't let people project their experiences on you and be like, oh, and have them shit on your plans because maybe things went a certain way for them, bro. You got to analyze shit and do what you feel will be best in your heart and do it with love, bro. Because at the end of the day, I'd rather be doing something I love. You know what I'm saying? Maybe not making as much than doing something that I'm not even passionate about, but it's like, oh, well, it pays well. You feel me? Like all I need, bro, is to make enough money to take care of myself and take care of a family, bro. You know, getting a degree, bro, there's plenty of jobs where you can find where you can be able to do that, bro. And if you got the hustling spirit and you can find other ways to make money, you'll be okay, bro. You know, but don't let people dim your light, bro. Don't let people, you know what I'm saying, stop you from shining in the areas where you should be shining, bro. Like whatever you're passionate in, whatever you're passionate about, do that, bro. And one last thing, bro, get right with God. You know what I'm saying? Study to show yourself approved. I've been reading up on the Bible. I'm finna read the Bible after I upload this video. You know what I'm saying? Like it was another nigga at my job. He was an Israelite, Hebrew Israelite. And he was just telling me like, yeah, man, get in that book, bro. It was like God sent that nigga to talk to me because I ain't really read the Bible in a minute, bro. He was like, man, like, you know, he was just picking my brain, seeing what I knew. And I was just telling him like, yeah, I know a lot, but I don't know everything. You know what I'm saying? And he was just like, man, just stay in that book, bro. Study that book, bro. He was just telling me, bro. And like, you know, I got back into my readings and shit, bro. You know, like, get right with God, bro. Get right in your flesh, bro. Stop gooning, bro. You know what I'm saying? Get yourself together, bro, honestly, man, because it's a lot of things here set to keep us at a low state, low vibration, all this food, bro. Like, I'm really trying to change my diet, all type of shit I'm looking to do differently, bro, because, you know, it's an agenda to control the population, bro. They don't want healthy people, bro. They don't want people flourishing and prospering. They want to break up the family structures. They want to poison us with this food. So we got to be aware and we got to be conscious of these things going on, bro. You know what I'm saying? We got to be aware of what we eat and we got to be aware of our habits. We got to work out, take care of your body, take care of your mind, read. You know, these things are important, bro. Like, forget getting caught up in all the nonsense and all the idol worship. It's a lot of idol worship going on. You know, no hate, no shade, but it's a lot of people like, y'all know what I mean, worshiping these celebs, worshiping these. And a lot of people say motherfuckers be hating when they say people be idol worshiping. It's not hating, bro. Like, you look at a lot of these people, like, look at like a Duke Dennis, bro. I promise you, Duke Dennis, like, a part of him likes the attention, but a part of him probably don't like the attention. Like, the majority of these celebrities, they don't really like the attention, because a lot of people, bro, just because somebody is a celebrity, like they put them on such a pedestal, like they're like a god. They're not even like a human no more to them. You know what I'm saying? And it's like they start acting mad weird, bro. And it's like life ain't normal no more once you become idolized, you know? That's why we're not really supposed to be doing shit like that. Like, it's nothing wrong with, you know, saluting somebody and appreciating somebody's talent, you know, and being a fan of somebody. There's nothing wrong with being a fan or a supporter of somebody. But when you idol worship them, that's the problem, bro. Like, there's nothing wrong with being like, oh, Michael Jordan is a great basketball player. But when you worship his feet, bro, and you know what I'm saying, you on your knees for the nigga, then it's like, word, like pull your pants up, like, word, you know? So yeah, man, but man, get right in the spirit, bro. You know, don't let these negative people bring you down, bro. Always strive to do better. And even if you've made bad decisions in your past, always understand, bro, you know, as long as the Lord wakes you up, you got another day, another opportunity to make that situation better, bro. Don't never get stuck. Don't never be in your head. Don't never feel like you in limbo and you can't better your situation, or your poor decisions that put you in a state where you can't better you can always better your situation. You know, we've all made bad decisions. We've all messed up, but it's about the people that keep going, keep striving. I made that analogy a couple videos ago. You know what I'm saying? If you go fishing and you hook a fish, but that fish breaks away and you just give up, you ain't never going to catch fish. It's like that in life, bro. You got to keep motherfucking fishing, bro. Sometimes it's a long wait. Sometimes you like, damn, am I going to catch a fish or not? You know, and then you eventually catch that motherfucking fish, bro. But peace and love, bro. I love y'all, man. Y'all get right with the Lord, bro. You're going to need it, bro. Like, it's a lot of robbing going on. It's a lot of looting. Like I said, they cutting benefits. It was some people in the comments that was talking about, oh, you fear mongering. They not cutting no benefits. That's how I know y'all not really tapped in with the streets or whatever, or y'all don't really know people like that, bro. Or y'all not connected to poverty. Y'all, it's a disconnect, bro. Y'all not among the people. Like, a lot of y'all just in y'all bubble don't really know what's going on. Like, bro, I know what's going on, bro. They cutting benefits, bro. I know people personally. They got their benefits cut, bro. And it's going, like I said, like I've been telling y'all, bro, like the Bible reads, it's going to be a lot of robbing and looting out there, a lot of murders out there, bro. That's why you got to protect yours. You got to protect your household. Make sure your house is surveilled. Make sure you protect it. Make sure you got your amendments, bro. You're going to need it. Oh, you're fear-mongering. Oh, okay. Okay, when them young niggas run up to your door because they granny benefits done got cut, and now goddamn they used to going to granny house and getting something to eat. Now they can't go to granny house because granny ain't got no food. When them young niggas at your door with the ski mask on, and oh, you're fearmonger. All right, nigga, you gonna wish you listened to a nigga like me. You gonna wish you took your ass to the gun store and signed up and got your permit and all this and that and the third. Shit, it's at the point now, nigga, just get a gun, bro. Like, word. Get a weapon. You know? Because it's gonna get gruesome, bro. It's gonna get gruesome, bro. They and they're doing it purposely, man. They're doing it purposely, man. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, it's to control the population. When people are stressing, stress leads to disease. It leads to sickness. It leads to, you know, people crashing out, you know? People crashing out and people tapping out. That's what they want. Like I said, these weirdos at the top, they don't believe in what God believes in. Be fruitful and multiply the earth. No, they believe in controlling the earth, you know, dividing the earth, you know, conquering the earth in that type of way, you know. They don't believe in nature and natural things. They're trying to take us out of our natural state, you know. They don't believe in healing people like people should be healed. The cure to all these diseases is already out there, bro. They just hiding it from us, bro. That's why the majority of the elites live to be old as hell, bro, because they tapped in with what they really supposed to be doing, bro. They not eating the same food we eating, bro. You don't be seeing these elite people eating what we eat, bro, for the most part, because they know it's nonsense. They know it's abominable food, bro. You know? So until we start eating better and get right with God, bro, it's going to be hell out here for a lot of people, man. And a lot of people will be destroyed for lack of knowledge, for ignorance, bro. A lot of people will be destroyed due to ignorance, man. But peace.